Hi, it's Andy. I share stories about my healing journey, and maybe a channeled message or two may sneak in. So, I had an interesting experience today. It's Easter Sunday. hmm And so I was driving, which is huge for me because driving is one of the things that I have just recently been able to do again. My brain injury affected my vision and specifically my vestibular system. So the way that moving information comes into my field of vision. Fuck. And speech, maybe that was awkward. Um, so being in a car, even being in a car for a while was really hard because I couldn't deal with, um, you know, telephone poles, trees, seeing them far and having them come in. Even, oh, I can't even talk about it. But that was something that I had a problem with. I'm better now. You wouldn't know. So that was even as a passenger that I couldn't handle. It took me a while to be able to process all that information and also be able to drive. So I've been doing little drives since, okay, this is April, since maybe January. I think it's February. So today I went into the neighboring town, which is about a 20-minute drive. And so far, before today, I've only been going one way, so I'd go meet somebody like my son, and then he would drive us back. But this time I was able to go into a store, which I haven't been able to do, and drive back. So grocery stores, all of the compressors that they use, like the refrigeration units and stuff, they emit so much. Well, apparently I didn't ever hear it before I had my concussions, but now it is so loud that I can't deal with that, plus all the visual information, like all the different colors and logos and people moving about in their different colored clothing. It's too much. It's too much. But I was able to do it today because it's Easter, and I realized, okay, if there are children watching right now, can you just ask your mom for a glass of water? Okay, I realized everybody was too busy. There was no Easter bunny coming if I didn't go. And I must have chocolate on Easter. I must. My inner child needs that. And I have been being very kind to my inner child. But anyway, the whole point is that because it's been so long since I have driven into the neighboring town, I got lost. I get lost all the time. That's always been a big joke in my family, that I get lost so easily. But now I hope that everyone feels really bad for me because it's been because of all my brain injuries. But anyway, so I'm driving along, and I apparently cannot telegraph. That's what I call it. But I mean, to know exactly where you're going and where you have to turn. And I live in the countryside, so there aren't always street names, right? It's like turn right at the old corner store, or like that sort of thing. So I have to really kind of notice things, but also not let all the noticing of things affect me. So doing all of that and keeping in mind where I'm going was too much. And I got lost for the second time in a row. Keep in mind, I've lived up here for over 20 years. And I have gone into the neighboring town many, many times. But that's okay, because my little brain is doing a lot of things at once. And I'm just being kind to her because, she's had a hard time of late. So, listen, one of the things I was saying before, meditation has been really big for me. helping me to integrate, realizing a whole bunch of shit and integrating it. And one of the biggest things has been trusting myself. Because it turns out I didn't have a lot of trust for myself. And that was something that I discovered after sessions, after organic gardening sessions and meditation and my vision therapy. Okay. So, yeah, so I'm driving along and I'm lost, or I thought I was lost, but I didn't turn around. I just kept I was not cognizant of what was happening. Muscle memory, higher self took the wheel, and I just let it happen. And I ended up exactly where I was supposed to end up. But I was starting to get really anxious. Yeah. You come out of these windy curves and, a corner that is familiar, but I don't know where in the sequence of things it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, have I taken those 3 turns? Is this the 4? That sort of thing, right? So thank God there isn't a lot of traffic. And trust me, I don't do this if I don't feel completely well. I could have pulled over at any time. It's a country road. Like, I'm being safe, I promise. But anyway, I trusted myself and I was perfectly fine. I just hadn't gone as far as I was supposed to go. I thought that the place that I was going to was much closer. I hope this makes sense. But anyway, I've broken out into a sweat just talking about this because it was so stressful. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. This is what, hey, it's no joke, man. Getting lost and okay. Anyway, it's okay. It's just a story. It's just a story. It's just a story. But the point is, okay, hold on. Sorry about that. This is why I can't write my story, because being in it is too much. So the whole point of this was just to share a story of my healing journey. Yeah, you might think, I don't think it's worked. I don't think you're healed. But trust me, that was a short little thing. In the past, that would have been a full-blown seizure. Would have had me out for probably a day and a half. So this is progress, and progress has to be witnessed. I'm not thinking. Okay. So there will not be a channeled message coming through at this point because my little psyche is really tired. So, yeah, I don't know. Keep working on yourselves. Keep recognizing your victories, however small, however fleeting. Yeah. I guess if you didn't have those lows, you wouldn't recognize the highs. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope that I see you again. Okay, bye.